coach here to help you keep your eyes on the prize and ease yourself through the resistance cycle that shows up every time you dare to break out of your box and head for your dreams or choose to be someone new because you choose to have different results. I'm here today to talk about focus. Now, last week I put up a little post in my Instagram by James Clear that said, "Focus is the art of knowing what to ignore." What do you think about that? Is that true? Focus is the art of knowing what to ignore. I think that is true, can be true, and for some people that may really resonate. It did definitely resonate for people. People liked that post. But I think that focus is more useful in looking at it being the art of keeping your your attention on what it is you do want to create. Now, today, I want to talk to you about focus and its relationship to the resistance cycle. Remember, the resistance cycle is what shows up every time we move from where we are now to where we want to be, and that stretch that gets going. And it can even turn into like a little hamster wheel that pulls you back to where you were. That's the resistance cycle. Well, what does that have to do with focus? Well, if focus is the art of keeping your attention on what you do want to create and not on what you don't want to create, that's its relationship. But the resistance cycle, the mechanism of the resistance cycle can pull us away from our focus, from focusing on what we do want, and it can pull our attention back to what we don't want. When we give in to that inner mean girl, the gremlin, the inner critic, the monkey mind, it's going to look at all the things we don't want. So I think focus is a really important piece of breaking out and escaping the resistance cycle. I also, because of my love of creating and reaching our dreams and messing with our realities, I've read a lot of books on manifestation, law of attraction, even hardcore goal setting. And there are two things, even the spiritual gurus and teachers talk about. There's really two parts of the manifestation process that if you look at it at its absolute simplest, you can drop it back down to, and that's focus and action. Focus and action. Now, the resistance cycle messes with both of those because it takes our focus away from what we do want to create. And it also takes our action away from what we do want to create. And we begin miscreating. So again, simplest way to manifest anything you want, mind your focus. Where does your attention go? And mind your action. What are your actions speaking to? What are they creating out of that? Simplest. Focus plus action equals what you want. Sometimes when we listen to the voices of the resistance cycle, it's what we don't want that we are focusing on and taking action on. And that's where we get all tripped up. So I want to help you a little bit with that. Focus is really about having the clarity to know what you do want and keep your focus, keep your attention there. Action is not just empty doing. It's not just doing. And I'm speaking as a recovering workaholic. I can tell you that doing more is not the answer. It's about taking action that's highly targeted, that is about what you do want, that's in the direction of what you do want. And the best kind of action you can take actually comes from your inner being, your mind, heart, body, soul, spirit, whatever word you want to use for that, our higher mind. It comes from all those pieces together, offering us inspiration, coming from the unlimited, the potential, the possible. So that's the thing about taking action is we're going to get a lot further, a lot faster when we take inspired action. Now, I want to do something else on focus and action, but I want to answer your questions. So please, this is just the beginning of talking about focus and action. If you would like to talk more about it, in fact, if you'd like to talk about your focus and action, then let me know what your questions are, and I will let you know when I'm going to be on next, and we'll come on back and we can talk about focus and action and even your own situation. In the meantime, remember that the resistance cycle happens every time you choose to go for it or go for something new. Also remember, it's not a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that you are changing. It's a sign that you are on your way. So for more information about the resistance cycle, about escaping the resistance cycle, please like, follow, DM me. I've got a webinar coming up in the next 2 weeks. I've also got a cold calling boot camp, and I've got a lot more lives. We're going to be really diving into the resistance cycle and how you can get it on the run instead of the other way around. Yeah. So let me know what you want to be looking at and talking about, and I'm here for you. Take care. Have a great